Hi guys, and welcome back. In this video, I'm just going to share my experience as a trader and what I've been doing since the last year and what my trades have been, as well as my strategies that I've been using to generate extra income. So if you guys are interested in watching, go ahead and stick around. But before I continue on, just want to let you know that I am not a financial advisor. This is just for entertainment purposes only. I also just started a Patreon Discord group where I'm trying to find like-minded people like myself who is interested in making money in the stock market. We already have 50 members in the Discord, and we would love for you to join us in trying to find the next hottest stock, as well as trying to learn how to sell options. If you are interested, check out my link down below. So I've been selling options since November, and it has definitely been a life changer for me. It has kept me on my toes, and I don't have to spend too much time looking at charts all day, although I do. And I'm trying to make less trades because I feel like the more trades we have, the more we're just gonna lose. So from now on, I'm going to place less trades. So let's just look at my realized gains for this year so far. If you guys have bought stocks last year, you guys would have been up already. So I did buy Tesla shares back in April, and I just recently sold 300 shares when it went to 800. So we'll take a look at that as well. And I like selling options because I get to keep the premium. So if you don't already know, I am down currently $85,000 on my Amazon call options. So those I actually paid for. And I'm usually against short-term call options, but I just made a very big mistake and bought one call option right before earnings. The option value went down, and I just started to average down. And next thing you know, I have 8 contracts. And those options, they have an expiration date of April 16th. So if Amazon doesn't go to 3,400, by then I will lose $85,000. So we don't want to be the option buyer, but we want to be on the other side. We want to be the option seller. So when the option buyer pays the premium, the option seller actually collects that premium. So that's why I usually suggest selling options versus buying options. But the problem is you do need to put up the collateral. It is a lot cheaper buying a call option than selling a cash secure puts, because with cash secure puts, we need to put up the collateral, and that's usually 100 times the strike price that you choose. If you choose 100 strike price, that's $10,000 that you would need to put up as collateral. You're not buying 100 shares, you're just putting the money aside just in case you get assigned, and usually you get assigned when the stock price is at your strike price or below on expiration date. So that's what I've been doing this past year. So we'll just quickly scroll down the list here. So these are Apple shares that I have, 300 shares. I made about $300. If we take a look at the Airbnb, this was a cash secure puts, a 135 strike price. I made $183. And then as you can see, we have calls. These are cover calls. I do own Adobe shares, so I've been selling cover calls on them. And AMC, guys, I've been telling people that they should be selling cover calls on the shares that they have. If you guys have 100 shares of the underlying stock, whether that is AMC, BioNano, and NDM, it can be any stock that has options, you can sell cover calls. You might not get a lot every week, but they do add up. Look at AMC. So the first two are cash secure puts, so I did have to put up the collateral, but I was able to collect a small premium. And the next one, we have February 26, 2021. This was a 10 strike price. This was a cover call. I was able to collect $28. And one point, February 26, $177. That week, the implied volatility was extremely high, and I was telling people, sell cover calls. We go down the list, March 5th, they're all cover calls. These are all cover calls. And then some cash secure puts. And then we have an Amazon loss. Let's just skip Amazon. I have Amazon shares, so been selling cover calls on them. And then we have Blue Apron. This is a cover call as well. And then ABCO is a penny stock that I bought and sold. And then Boeing, had Boeing shares since last year. I just sold all my shares already. And as you can see down the list, we have cover calls. I sold cover calls against those shares. They weren't much. We have $14, $10, $19, $30, but they do add up. And this is my full-time job. I'm a full-time trader, so I do need to make money to survive and pay the bills every month. And I'm also trying to build up my YouTube channel. So we go down the list. We have more Boeing, and then we have Alibaba. So we have Alibaba sell cover calls as well. We have 250, 94, 30, 35. You can see that it's not much. And then BlackBerry, I've been selling cover calls and cash secure puts as well. $900 back in February. BlackBerry, we have more BlackBerry. We have BFT, cash secure puts, $191. We have Big C, and then we have BNGO. This is a cover call, $15, $31. And then this is a cash secure put, so 3 strike price, 4 strike price back in February, $50, $60. 9 strike price. This is a cash secure puts, guys, $133. We go down the list, more BNGO. And then we have CleanSpark. I was able to sell a cash secure put on that. We have Salesforce. And then we have Dropbox, DraftKings, DocuSign, eHong, Ford. I've been selling cover calls and cash secure puts. Fuel cell, this was, I accidentally bought options instead of selling options. And then we have FedEx. Then we have Fubo. You can see that the premiums aren't that much. $60, $24, $19, but they're consistent. GameStop, and then GNL is dividend stocks that I had since last year. I had to sell it. And then we have Golden Nuggets. This is a cash secure put. Cover call. Genius. I mentioned Genius to sell cover calls because the implied volatility was extremely high. And also I sold cash secure puts. Same thing. The implied volatility was high. I was able to get 133 on a 6 strike price. If I had chosen a closer strike price, I would have received a lot more money. And then we have Global Star, 345. Those are shares. Hyliion, cover calls, cash secure puts, cover calls. IBIO, cover calls again. JKS. So you can see that I had to roll my contract over. So it does show up as a loss up front, but then I sold it. I was able to make $30 if you get the difference between those two numbers. Then we have Laser, cash secure puts, Netflix. I don't get that much in premiums. And we have Neo. So the 500 was because I had to roll the contract over. So you can see here, March 5th, roll it over, negative 511. And then March 12th, it's the same strike price, 45 strike price. It became worthless. So the difference is I made $400. Then Nikola, cash secure puts, cover calls, Nano Dimension, cover calls. NVIDIA, I had shares, sold it, did a cover call as well. You see 510, what I did was I had to roll it over and I increased the strike price, so you can do that. And then OZOP, PDD, Palantir was giving out pretty decent premium. So the 28 strike price, I had to roll it over, so it shows up as a loss up front. Plug, QS, Ride, Rocket. Rocket was giving out a nice premium for cover calls and cash secure puts. Now I had Shopify earlier last year. I was able to make over $100,000 on those. And as you can see, cover calls, cash secure puts as well. Skills, no. SOS, I did so many videos on SOS, cash secure puts, and I had shares as well. Space, SPG, another dividend stock. I like dividend stocks. Right now, I'm only holding on to 200 shares of SPG. Same thing, cash secure puts, cover calls. Tesla, it's about $100,000 minus these losses here. And that's because I had to roll it over to the following week or following months. So it does show up as a loss up front. Now Tattoo Chef, Cash and Care Puts, TDD, Workhorse, Work, Excel, Zep, Zoom. And that's pretty much it. As you can see, I sell mostly options and they do make consistent income. So if you guys are interested in learning, check them out, link down below. We do have 50 members in there already, and a few of them, they sell options. Here, trying to share my experience as a trader because I did lose a lot of money. When I first started trading, I didn't know what I was doing. I lost on options and I learned this new strategy, which gave me a better insight. So we want to be open-minded in the stock market, because now what I'm going to do moving forward is making less trades, because the more trades we put on, the more risk we take on, and the market has been very, very volatile lately. I do have a lot of cash and care puts currently and some cover calls. And so what I've been doing is just rolling them over to the next week, the next month, until either I want to get a sign, meaning I want to purchase the 100 shares at the strike price, or they just become worthless and I just keep the premium. That's pretty much it, guys. Just want to share that you can make money selling options. People make money selling options for a living. And I know these are pretty high price stocks, but I've been making videos on my Robinhood accounts and sharing that portfolio with you guys on selling options, and you can make money with a small account. Thank you so much, guys, and do consider joining the Patreon Discord page.